Very nice.
Yeah, mashallah, it's really nice. Really amazing.
Madam Sobel, what do you think?
Madam Saad.
Madam Suad.
It's amazing, mashallah. It's
Alhamdulillah.
really, really nice.
Dewi,
Very,
Yes.
very beautiful.
We love it.
sorry for waiting for 7 minutes.
Yeah, mashallah.
Mashallah.
How big is the island? What's the superficie of it?
Okay, I think this is Teh Dewi area to handle this meeting. I just introduced for the first time, and next, please Teh Dewi to hold this meeting, and we are ready to answer a question from Saudi, and Teh Dewi will handle this meeting. Okay, I will give this mic to Teh Dewi. Tafadhol.
Okay.
Monggo.
Actually, first of all, I would like to ask regarding to kata lingga first. What the meaning of kata lingga, if you don't mind to answer me, because at the end that people will ask about what this is Indonesian language or it seems like Sanskrit language, isn't it?
Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Ya, saya langsung pakai bahasa Indonesia, Teh Dewi ya. Takut
Ya,
pakai
boleh.
pleset-pleset nanti.
Alright, oke, nggak apa-apa.
Oke, jadi Katang Lingga itu terletak di Kepulauan Riau. Posisi bagusnya dia dekat dengan Singapura dan Malaysia. Jadi akses ke Singapura sangat dekat sekali. Dari Singapura bisa langsung kurang lebih sekitar 2 jam sudah nyampe. Kalau transit lewat Batam, dari Batam hanya sekitar 30 menit. Ini yang menjadi daya tarik keindahan Pulau Katang ini. Kemudian kekuatan secara alam untuk wisata bawah laut, terumbu karang, kemudian jenis ikan, itu sangat bagus sekali. Nanti akan ditampilkan oleh Kapten Ser real di lapangan seperti apa. Ini yang menjadi daya tarik kita semua. Karena kalau kita ngomong masalah pantai, di dunia banyak sekali pantai. Tetapi mengenai keindahan terumbu karang, keindahan wahana lautnya, ini yang tidak semua daerah ada. Ini yang menjadi nilai jual kita nanti di berbagai wilayah. Dewi.
Oke, baik.
Mungkin mau nambahin? Oke.
Boleh.
Katang juga itu secara filosofi, ya mohon maaf ini agak vulgar. Katang itu setelah saya cari dengan dinas pariwisata, Katang itu artinya
maksudnya itu nama daerah gitu.
Oke, bukan arti.
Ya.
Oke, Katang itu adalah sebuah pulau, ya nama pulau yang kita bangun ini luasnya 73 hektar. Jadi itu nama pulaunya. Jadi Pulau Katang.
Oh, nama pulaunya.
Ya, jadi ini yang kita jadikan nama resort kita juga. Jadi biar tujuan kami tidak mengubah itu, biar masyarakat jauh lebih mudah mengenal seperti itu.
Oke. Berapa meter square Pak? 32.000 meter square? 32 berapa?
73 hektar. Berarti meter.
Oh, 32 hektar. 32 hektar.
73 hektar.
73.
73 hektar.
Ya.
73 hektar. Oke.
Teh Dewi. Teh Dewi. Saya mau nambahin. Jadi Lingga itu nama kabupaten.
Oh, oke.
Yeah. Just like
Alright.
kabupaten distrik. Region.
Distrik ya, distrik Katang Lingga namanya, Katang Lingga. Oke.
Kecamatan is distrik, region, regency is a kabupaten. This is larger, larger than district. So Lingga has about 604 islands. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
604 island.
Just like ayat Al-Quran. Lembar Al-Quran 600.
Masya Allah.
I don't know. Is it exactly?
It's a good comparison.
Yeah.
Very good comparison.
Yes,
by the way.
really.
And Katang is gate to open all the islands. So Katang is the central island that like a gate to open all islands in Lingga.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a gate for all the island that inside the Lingga itself, right? Katang inside the Katang, right?
Yeah.
There is access. Do you go from Qatar to the other one to? There is access from the island by sea or by land.
So access, there are many access to Katang. First, if we are going from Singapore, it will take around 1.5 hours. That's right. Yeah. For sea.
From Singapore.
So for flight, 1 hour.
Oh, flight
Okay.
one.
Then from Tanjung Pinang also we can go to Katang by sea. Then from Batam also we can go direct to Katang, but until now we have to transit in island near Katang because Katang is still preparing to develop like port.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Seaport, you mean? Okay.
So access is very access is very simply and near from.
Accessible, you mean?
Yeah.
Very accessible.
That's right.
Very accessible.
Maksudnya begitu, Teh Dewi.
Okay.
Oke, lanjut Teh Dewi.
Yeah. Okay. This island, I mean, okay, let's say the name of your project is Katang Island, right? Sorry, Katang Lingga Resort,
Ya,
isn't it?
kabupatennya Katang nama pulaunya. So, Katang Lingga. Katang yang berada di Kabupaten Lingga.
Yeah. I do understand about that.
Okay.
And the whole project that you built, the name is Katang Lingga, just to absorb the locals.
Yes.
To be familiar with it, right?
Exactly, Teh Dewi.
Okay. And my question here, you planning to do the market to grab the market for the Middle Eastern and foreigners. This is what do I understand from Mr. Eric, because Mr. Eric we are one team between me and Mr. Eric. This is what I got from him. Is it correct or I'm wrong? Maybe.
Yes, correct.
Correct. Okay. So in this case, that we are ready in Saudi Arabia to support you, But first of all, because Mr. Vincent here also from the Ministry of Tourism, that I would like to ask more detail regarding to the ownership or the legal paper that we pointed to them regarding the foreigners. Because if you're dealing with the locals like Indonesians, it's more easy. It's just like a certificate of hak milik and this and that, But regarding dealing with the foreigners, I want to know more details, because we cannot do anything regarding to the marketing or open the market for the foreigners if we are not sure about this. This is my very sensitive question. I'm really sorry, Mr. Angkasa, but I have to ask you, because I just want to grab the opportunity that we are in front of Mr. Vincent from the ministry. This is my first question. If you don't mind to answer me. Thank you so much.
Okay, Teh Dewi, this is Mr. Vincent opportunity to explain more detail about the regulation and so on. Silakan.
Alright.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Ibu Dewi, Madam Dewi, and also Madam Sobel, yeah, and also
Suat. Madam Suat. Madam Suat.
And also my colleague from Saudi Arabia, my
Yeah.
representative, marketing representative in Saudi Arabia,
Alright.
Mustafa, Mr. Mustafa.
Alright.
Hello, Pak Mustafa, are you there?
Yes, Pak Vincent, I'm hearing.
Thank you, thank you.
Hi,
Okay.
Mustafa.
Yeah.
Hello,
I know.
Ibu Dewi.
Yeah, how are you? Good. Alhamdulillah. Yes.
So, well, I think Ibu Dewi's question is what all investors, all the businessmen is always asking, okay?
Yes.
About the facilities, about the relaxation, and also about the permit from the government. But before we come to this, I'd like to underline some important points of this island, yeah? Because yesterday I just spent the whole day in the island, okay? And I was really impressed, I was really amazed by the island, because everywhere in Batam Island, I think that's the only place we can find the beauty underwater beauty, and also the surroundings and the environment. And what is really good also in this island, that Pak Angkasa Pura is also involving the surrounding community to be part of the development of this environment of the resort. I think that's the point. And also, Pak Angkasa also try to lift up the local values and local norms in the development.
Nggak bisa masuk aja Ciba ya kan tunggu anjing.
Okay.
There is more people.
Yeah, and as far as the connectivity is concerned, and I have found this really strategic. Why? Because when we look at from the geographical proximity, the lowest hanging fruits that we can get as far as the tourists are concerned is from Singapore and Malaysia, when we talk about foreigners.
Okay.
And not to mention about Indonesians, because everybody can come to Batam and they take only 30 minutes from Batam or Bintan to reach the island. Okay. But again, for the Singaporeans and Malaysian, I think they also take the ferry or the speedboats, and they also take 1.5 hours. I think it's really good period of time to have a journey, because during the 1.5 hours, they can also enjoy the beauty of the 604 islands surrounding. Okay. And so that's from the strategic point of the location. And as far as the government support is concerned, well, I think this year, or starting from last year, I think we are really happy with the new policy of President Jokowi, where he's trying to relax, he's trying to open as easy as possible the investors from abroad to enter Indonesia. Okay, and recently we just rectify or sign the new bill, omnibus law, which is also, I think, good for the business atmosphere in Indonesia in the years ahead. Okay. And about the permit, I think the government also has tried to put in place very flexible and very easy access, okay, to get the permit from the government for the investors. Okay. I think these things are related to technical things that we can also supply the retail information where needed. Okay. But the most important point that, well, if you're a businessman, if you are on a business, I think this location, this island is really strategic. And one thing that's very important for me when I try to look at from the Ministry of Tourism point of view, this roadmap of this resort is really in line with the President's mission and the Ministry's mission, is to have the quality tourism. So we are not anymore talking about quantity, but we are talking about quality. And this resort, this developing, is one of the answer for this quality tourism in the years ahead. Okay? Why? Because it provides a quality service and a quality attraction for the tourists. Okay? So again, from now on, we are focusing on quality tourism. And this is one of the answers, the solutions for the quality tourism in the years ahead. Yeah, I think we can develop more questions after this, okay, in more detail.
I might add here, Vincent, a slight testimonial as well. Being in touch with a lot of Saudi investors that we know and is working already since a long time, in the last at least 4 years where I was in this position. And we did not find any complaints or anyone just feeling frustrated dealing with the government in Indonesia, because there is a lot of investors, maybe in Jakarta and Bali. And I think the history show that investing in Indonesia is quite strong and quite easy as well in working between the government of Saudi Arabia and the government of Indonesia. So we are in touch with several investors that have minor businesses, and some of them are working on the hospitality sector as well, having hotels in Bali, having hotels in Jakarta. And I think we did not face any challenge when it comes to governmental relationship or even business relationship, especially from the Chamber of Commerce as well in different areas in Jakarta. They are very helpful. If I'm not mistaken, Isnini, he's an Indonesian Saudi, the one which was managing the Chamber of Commerce in Jakarta. So he's having a dual nationality as well. So he's half Saudi, half Indonesian. And I would like to add as well, as from the hospitality side, not from the investing side. If we look today, I think you mentioned the new vision, which is quality, not the quantity. I would say there is another vision that we are all working on since the last 2 years, which is 10 New Bali, where we are looking to create a lot of attractions like Bali today and like different destinations, because Indonesia is very rich into the island and the sea coastal hospitality, but it was not used yet. And having something related to Batam or Bintan is something very, I would say, accessible, because you are not only targeting people who's visiting Indonesia at that time, you are targeting Saudis. And I don't want to specify only Saudis, to be honest with you, because I want just to talk bilateral along all the Middle East. Yeah. So people that's going to Malaysia, people that's going to Singapore, and when you go to Singapore, you have nothing to do except for 2 days. I know you managed Singapore for a long time, but you don't have anything to do, and people are feeling bored and they want to move ahead. So I think that's something that we really need to develop, and I think developing in this area will create a lot of attraction for Middle East people.
Thank you, Pak Mentara.
Thank you.
Yes, correct. What Mustafa is saying, it's very correct. You know, that we can take advantage from the Singaporean or the people who visit Singapore. That I tell you the truth, when we went to Singapore, just maximum 2 days, because the island is very small and they don't have anything to do. Only, you know, like artificial tourist target in Singapore. And you know that that's true also from Mustafa when he said that we're not targeting only Saudis, because we can targeting to other nationality. But since
through Ibu, we need to target Kuwaitis, we need to target UAE, Emiratis. We talk about Egyptian, and I'm Egyptian as well. Yes, I'm living in Saudi Arabia since the last 15 years, but I'm Egyptian, and I need to tell you that the Egyptian numbers are flying and are increasing to Indonesia and to different destinations. Omanis are, if you look to last year figures before COVID, I'm not speaking about 2020 figures, but I'm speaking about 2019 figures. You see Oman is improving, Lebanese is improving, Jordanians, Turkish are increasing as a new destination for them in Indonesia.
Yeah, that's true. So, Mr. Angkasa, that we have like other opportunity to market your property, in Middle East. I'm saying Middle East because when you talk about Middle East, that means UAE countries, Saudi, Kuwait, and Bahrain as well, and of course the neighborhood like Iran or
Yeah,
Turkey.
we name it now. We name it now Middle East and Africa, because North Africa as well is very close to Middle East, and when you look to Tunisian, Algerian, Moroccan, and they're all having the will to travel as well. They are going everywhere.
That's true.
Okay. Devi, sorry.
Yeah.
Also present in our meeting today, also Pak Maidi Muad. Okay, welcome Pak Maidi. Selamat siang.
Thank you very much for all those participants here, Mr. Mustafa, Ibu Dewi, Wijaya, Pak Eric invite me. Thank you very much, Pak Eric. Shukran, Jazakallah khair. I'm from the Ministry of Environment and Forestry, Indonesia. And then before that, I was one of the forestry attaché in KBRI Tokyo.
Oh, mashallah, tabarakallah.
Alhamdulillah. I'm very very happy to join with this meeting. Thank you, Mr. Eric and Mr. Wijaya, Angkasa Wijaya, and the others.
All right.
Bu Dewi,
Ya.
Bu Dewi izin, apakah berkenan saya, tadi Pak Angkasa menyampaikan, tadi kan video profile. Nah ini hasil kunjungan Pak Vincent dan kami ke Katang, apakah boleh saya share videonya sebentar?
Oh ya, silakan Pak, silakan Pak. Karena saya mau Madam Suad also know, and of course, yani Mr. Mustafa as well to see what you have been done yesterday. Okay, go ahead.
Oke, ini adalah terumbu karang dan ikan Nemo. Jadi banyak sekali jenis ikan di sana.
Oh, for scuba diving and yeah.
Dan kita akan lihat bagaimana
right. We need to ask activities they have. It's very important.
Dan ini diambil dari tidak jauh dari atas permukaan laut ini, Teh Dewi.
Oh, Masya Allah.
Jadi sangat dekat dengan lokasi pulau kita. Dan ini suasananya di dalam laut, di pantai maksud saya ya.
Iya, iya.
Kita akan lihat lagi sedikit saja. Mana Pak Angkasa yang boleh saya share? Oh ini ya. Nah ini ikan-ikan kecil ya. Ini di bawah dermaga.
Oh, this is under deck. The dock, under the dock, right? The deck. Small.
Jadi di sini di pantai ini kita bisa diving, snorkeling.
For the people who does the snorkeling, it's not very it's shallow. It's not very deep. Yeah.
It's not very deep.
Mungkin satu lagi, Teh Dewi ini juga ini boleh ya.
This is the island.
Yeah,
it's really nice.
Good.
Yes, really.
This is the island. Nah, ini dermaganya Teh Dewi. I'm undefeated. Jumping out of my skin for the cold. Yeah, I believe it. Oh, the past is everything we want. Don't make us who we are. So I'll change, I make it real, and all I see is stars. It's not until you fall that you fly. When your dreams come alive, you're unstoppable. Take a shot, chase the sun, find the beautiful. We will go in the dark, turning dust to gold, and we'll dream the past. Possible. For yoga, it's nice.
Very nice, yeah. You can see for the groups they go there for.
This is the point.
Yeah.
Ya, itu tadi apa yang ada di Katanglingga. Beauty of Katanglingga.
Masya Allah.
It's really, mashallah, it's really.
Okay. Can I ask you one more? Not one more. It will be more and more questions.
Silakan Teh Dewi. Senang sekali.
Yeah.
Senang sekali.
Yeah. Because you know I'm so itching that I have this beauty and I just want to try to deliver to all my colleagues and my clients, you know, that Indonesia not like what you think, that Indonesia is very beautiful and very, you know, like very amazing. By the way, the property itself, you have divided by hotels and the ownership as what we call it as resort, or
Bilang.
should be someone to own this resort.
Ya, Pak Anggasa mungkin. Ya.
Ya, untuk jumlah villa itu terdiri dari 105 villa, itu yang 10 private, kemudian yang 95 untuk yang public. Luasnya untuk tahap 1 yang kami bangun ini 10,2 hektar. Kemudian fasilitas umum yang ada di dalam pulau tersebut, 1 villa, yang kedua kemudian ada gedung pertemuan, yang ketiga ada bis club, yang keempat ada resto, kemudian yang kelima ada spa, kemudian ada wahana-wahana water sport. Kemudian untuk market kita mengambil menengah ke atas ya, terutama memang target market kita adalah dari tourism asing, seperti itu Teh Dewi.
Oh, okay. By the way, I didn't say thank you. Thank you so much for Pak Vincent already explained to me regarding to the paper, the legality. And I thought that I need your contact number so I can contact you because I'm very curious person that I have to asking many questions to you regarding to the legality. Okay, Pak Vincent, thank you so much, and thank you for Pak Moderator also to explain to me regarding to this. And now I thought we go for next step that regarding to regarding to Middle East market, because I'm living in Saudi and I'm living in Jeddah. So I was suggesting Mr. Eric to have at least office to execute our future market, our future investors, okay? Because I'm living in Jeddah, I'm not living in Dubai, so I thought this is the first step that we have to do, and I will ask more detail, like product knowledge about Katalingga, more detail than this Zoom meeting, of course. And I mean, like this, I don't know, Mr. Angkasa, are you agree on this or no? That it's written back to you, by the way. Thank you.
Dewi, boleh diulang, mungkin in bahasa.
Ya, oke. Jadi gini Pak, Katalingga, Masya Allah, proyeknya sangat bagus, dan since Pak Angkasa menargetkan foreigners atau orang asing untuk ada di pulau ini sebagai owner atau investor. Keberadaan saya berada di Saudi, di Jeddah maksudnya. Alangkah ini suggest saya ya, alangkah lebih baiknya untuk kita punya satu base camp atau satu office di Saudi, di Jeddah. karena kita dealing dengan uang besar ya, karena investing itu berarti artinya orang seseorang atau company menginvestkan dananya di proyek yang sedang kita bicarakan ini. Ketika saya meng-approach dan mereka bilang, okay, where is your office? I thought it's I can tell them easily that our main office in Jakarta so and so, and then I don't think that I can grab easily to them, you know. So this is maksud saya, menurut Pak Angkasa seperti itu bagaimana?
Ya, terima kasih Teh Dewi. Jadi kemarin kami sempat dibantu oleh Bapak Haji Arif ya. Jadi beliau mewacanakan untuk dalam diskusi itu membuka kantor di Saudi. Karena kembali lagi untuk membuat trust calon investor dari Timur Tengah memang membutuhkan sebuah office di sana. Dan kami sudah rapat internal dengan direksi yang lain. Inti kami juga siap mensupport, kami juga siap untuk bisa go opening kantor di Saudi. Jadi nanti mohon supportnya dari Teh Dewi dan saudara-saudara yang ada di sana, semuanya mohon supportnya selalu buat kami, biar progres Pulau Katang ini menjadi sebuah dambaan pariwisata dunia, dan banyak investor juga yang berkelas dunia juga ikut andil mensukseskan dari program ini. Seperti itu Teh Dewi.
Ya, baik Pak Angkasa. Terus satu lagi yang harus hal yang sangat penting yang harus saya sampaikan. Ketika kita membuat office di Saudi itu memang office ini tidak akan mau ini ya Pak ya. Jadi saya kebetulan saya project developer untuk Asia Tenggara itu di bawah Wahid Jamjum. Oke, kemarin juga sudah ada wacana dari Mr. Wahid untuk Dewi, what do you think if we took half of the land of the island to progress our project, one of our project? I said, okay, why not? And ini juga salah satu pertanyaan saya ke Pak Angkasa, bagaimana kalau seperti itu. Tapi di satu sisi, kayaknya sudah menjadi tanggung jawab saya untuk, karena saya berada di tengah ya Pak ya, artinya sebagai orang Indonesia, saya mau produk apapun yang ada di Indonesia itu jadi jagoan juga di Middle East, di Timur Tengah. Jadi keberadaan saya adalah bagaimana nih mengawinkan misalnya Katalingga dengan apakah dengan Wahid Jamjum ataukah dengan perusahaan lain. Kebetulan saya juga konsultan di salah satu perusahaan di Saudi, yaitu Lin and Dana Company. Itu yang dimiliki oleh Mr. Khalid Al-Maina. Beliau adalah senior jurnalis dan tapi ini sebenarnya off the record ya, beliau itu salah satu supporter konsultan untuk royalty gitu. Dan kebetulan beliau juga pebisnis. Jadi saya berpikir dari kemarin dengan siapa ya yang supaya kita fokus gitu Pak Angkasa. Kita fokus, jadi Katalingga ini ketika ada di Saudi jangan cuma ada nama aja, tapi kita menghasilkan investor-investor yang memang dia willing to put their amount di proyek ini gitu Pak. Jadi saya punya wacana kemarin sudah bicara dengan Pak Erik, mungkin akan saya kawinkan dengan Lin and Dana dari Mr. Khalid Al-Maina. Artinya karena kan ketika Katalingga ada di Saudi, dia harus mengeling Pak dengan salah satu perusahaan lokal. Gitu Pak, karena nanti kita kan bikin media, kita bikin kayak apa sih business meeting gitu ya untuk launching produk ini atau beberapa event yang kita tidak bisa kalau kita berjalan sendiri, jadi harus dikawinkan dengan salah satu perusahaan di Saudi. Seperti itu Pak Angkasa. Silakan.
Untuk teknis kerjasama Teh Dewi dari PT Angkasa Wijaya Group intinya sangat welcome sekali. Jadi misal berkolaborasi dengan salah satu PT yang Ibu Teh Dewi tunjuk, kami siap sekali karena ini tujuannya adalah untuk bekerja sama bagaimana membentuk sebuah jalinan yang sama-sama membuat progres dari proyek ini sukses. Jadi satu, kami siap bekerja sama dengan salah satu PT yang akan Ibu atau Teh Dewi tunjuk. Yang kedua, kami juga akan siap support untuk kebutuhan office di Timur Tengah atau di Jeddah. Seperti itu, Teh Dewi.
Oke, terima kasih Pak Angkasa. Barangkali dari Pak Vincent ada tambahan Pak, karena Bapak kan responsible untuk Asia Pasifik. Barangkali you have your own thought regarding.
Terima kasih, Bu Dewi. Well, I think this is only not only for Ibu Dewi, but I think for all the participants in this Zoom meeting. Yeah. I think what Ibu Dewi has explained, I think is really a good idea. And I just want to show you that, well, actually the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy, we have the representative, marketing representative in Saudi Arabia. That's why I invite Pak Mustafa. Pak Mustafa is my representative in the Middle East, in Saudi Arabia. And he's quite knowledgeable for tourism information about Indonesia. And I think he's also knowledgeable for the, let's say, the potential market segments in the Middle East that is, which are really, I think, good for Indonesia when we are talking about quality tourism. So Pak Mustafa will be pleased to help or to provide information related to tourism, just in case Ibu Dewi and also other investors would like to know more about tourism in Indonesia. Yeah, Pak Mustafa, I think you are...
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure, Pak Vincent. Yeah, anytime you request information, just quickly to give you update on another hint. Looking to post-COVID hospitality, I need to say that people are changing, the habits are changing, the way that they are moving. So that's one more thing else to encourage investors to go into islands and resorts, because looking for all reports, whether it's Collier or STR or all those which is related to hospitality reports, is reflecting that people will invest more in traveling to remote destination and resort destination, especially islands, especially areas which is away from the city, away from the crowd. So that's another thing that will change the dynamics of tourism and dynamics of travel starting from January 2021. Taking in consideration, if you look even about Indonesia, taking the history, I don't want to say bad things, but look to Lombok, for example, when there was a disaster in Lombok or Giles, there was a disaster in tourism and it impacted tourism badly because there was no proper safety escape plans. When looking to today, the island that you show us, being close to Batam, being close to Bintan, being close to Malaysia, being close to Singapore. So that safety as well is something of concern, which here is very important on this island. When tourists, not only Middle East, I talk about international tourists, people coming from France, from America. You know, we are almost 17 vetoes around the world. So we are all communicating on a weekly basis. So we have the power of networking that the Ministry of Tourism in Indonesia created with the veto structure, having people embedded in different places in the world as source markets. We all talk every week. And I have to say, people have this concern, which is safety and evacuation. If I'm in Lombok, how am I going to be evacuated is very difficult. So looking today to the new project, you're close to Batam, so you can fly from there. You're close to Bintan, you're close to Singapore, you're close to Malaysia. So this give comfort to the tour operators and the international operators working on a new phases as well. So if we take those two consideration, the new post-COVID hospitality trends and the safety and the measures that's taken by the international tour operator, I would say we have a very good possibility to promote this island into Middle East and international markets as well. I don't want always to talk about even not Saudi only, but not Middle East only. We have to think more global. Today the discussion that we have Saudi investing does not mean that we talk only about guests from Saudi Arabia. We need to talk. We need to talk about globally what are the chances of the island today to receive these visitors. I understand that the investor is Saudi, which is fine, but he as well as an investor will be much more interested to maybe talk about the 12 vetoes or the 17 vetoes we have today, including the cruises and everyone. Those will give any investor the credibility, because it's a huge investment Ministry of Tourism of Indonesia had put since 4 or 5 years now, and even earlier than my joining dates, there was some colleagues. But I think this is the winning card of the Ministry of Tourism today. We have the power of network today that we can promote not only from Middle East, but we can promote any place in the world. We have people in Amsterdam, we have people based in Paris, we have people in Germany, in Russia. So name it, whatever nationality, we have people even in Singapore, we have people in Malaysia, we have people in China, we have multiple people in China, we have people in Thailand. So this network, I would say this is the winning card of the Ministry of Tourism to support any project. I would say no other country today are investing the same like Indonesia in the hospitality sector, and even supporting business to the hospitality sector to make comfort for the investor today. And I'll be ready to connect. I'll be in Jeddah in a couple of days. I'm in Egypt, flying to Dubai for a couple of meetings. Then I will be in Jeddah, and I'm ready to sit, and I'm ready to talk with people as well, and to show them numbers, figures, share with them some of the source markets, share with them as well some of the dynamics of Saudi Arabia in general, how they moved to Indonesia for the past 3 or 4 years.
Okay, Pak Angkasa, go ahead, Pak Angkasa.
Mungkin Bapak Maidi ada yang mau disampaikan? Ini konjen kesayangan kita di Jepang, di Tokyo. Nah, silakan.
Thank you, Mr. Vincent, Haji Eric, Teh Betty, Madam Saud, Mr. Mustafa, and other Pak Angkasa also. Mr. Mustafa mentioned that Indonesia right now is very really want to support the tourism, because it is also is mentioned in our long-term planning in Indonesia, usually for at least 10 destinations related to the also Taman Nasional, National Park, and the others. It's like also in Mandalika and Labuan Bajo and the others part of the Indonesia. So many can we do, and then and we can take opportunity to invest in Indonesia, because it is very large area, even in the forestry also. Right now, so many people, not only for the wood in the export, but also right now is like related to the ecotourism, and also like the non-wood product like herbs, honey, and the others. So it is very amazing opportunity in Indonesia. Yes. And then right now, not only from the other country, like Indonesia also like now more focus also for the Middle Eastern and Africa, like Mr. Mustafa mentioned before. So I think it is better. This is the opportunity and time to invest in Indonesia. Right now, also like so many also product like in the pandemic, COVID, so many product like herbal and herbs, and then like so many non-wood forest product can we export to the Middle East and Africa and other global in the market. Thank you very much.
Boleh saya tambahin satu lagi nggak, Pak Moderator?
Oh, tidak boleh, tapi sangat boleh. Kalau untuk ini, wah.
Ini ceritanya mumpung ada Pak Vincent sih sebenarnya nih. Ya. Jadi saya punya rasa greget sedikit karena saya pindah ke Saudi ini mungkin sejak saya menikah itu 30 tahun yang lalu ya. Jadi let's say saya tinggal kurang lebih 30 tahun di Saudi. So, saya melihat perubahan-perubahan dari yang mallnya cuma satu, supermarket cuma satu, sampai dari tadinya saya nggak punya travel agency sampai saya punya, seperti itu. Jadi dulu nih Pak Vincent, itu ya road antara Jeddah ini sebenarnya nggak ada nothing to do with Katalingga, tapi sebenarnya ini bisa jadi salah satu wacana ya, bagaimana kita berpromo. Dan kadang-kadang promo itu memang tidak seperti makan cabai, tapi yang langsung dimakan langsung pedas. Tapi ketika promo itu kita buat cuci otak orang-orang, insya Allah itu akan ada hasilnya. Jadi ceritanya begini, perjalanan dari Jeddah ke Mekah itu kurang lebih 80 kilo. Ya, itu semua kan lewat highway. Dan perjalanan dari Jeddah ke Madinah itu sekitar 400 kilo. Itu pun dengan highway. 25 tahun yang lalu, ya kalau nggak salah 25-24 tahun yang lalu, itu Malaysia sudah membuat baliho di pinggir jalan-jalan itu besar sekali, yang mereka tahu bahwa orang seluruh dunia yang melakukan ibadah umroh atau haji akan melihat baliho itu. Itu adalah Malaysia Truly Asia. 25 tahun yang lalu. Apa yang mereka dapatkan setelah itu? Tidak 1 tahun, 2 tahun kemudian, tapi setelah 10 tahun ke atas. Makanya kita nggak perlu wonder, nggak perlu heran kenapa orang-orang, karena bukan hanya orang Saudi ya, ketika kita membicarakan umroh dan haji, orang yang lewat ya, saya membicarakan orang yang lewat, itu berarti seluruh dunia. Orang Amerika, orang Eropa, orang Jepang, orang apa yang Muslim yang melakukan ibadah umroh, dia melihat baliho itu, oh Malaysia Truly Asia. Jadi kenapa? Compare antara Malaysia dengan Indonesia itu memang kita punya kesenjangan dan keberhasilan tourism ya. Banyak orang-orang tuh lari ke Malaysia karena baliho itu. Seperti itu. Itu kalau menurut saya ya wacana itu. Jadi memang kadang-kadang hal kecil tapi sebenarnya impact-nya besar sekali. Gitu Pak Vincent. Maaf ya Pak Vincent, tapi saya greget karena Indonesia itu jauh lebih cantik, lebih beautiful daripada Malaysia. Tapi kenapa Malaysia kok lebih banyak orang yang suka ke sana gitu. Seperti itu Pak Vincent. Terima kasih.
Ini Pak Presiden harus tahu nih Bu Dewi, kiprahnya luar biasa ternyata. Jadi,
ya betul memang itu seperti itu Pak. Karena memang mungkin kita berpikirnya paling orang lokal. No, orang umroh itu apalagi haji itu kan around the world, overseas yang datang ke situ. Melewati itu dia melihat kan nggak ada pemandangan lain Pak, sepanjang highway itu kan tidak ada gedung-gedung, pemandangannya cuma apa yang dilihat ya itu yang terlihat, baliho-baliho itu Pak.
Jadi fokus ya Teh Dewi ya, beda sama kampanye politik, balihonya banyak dia nggak fokus, yang dilihat mana, kalau ini kan satu aja karena padang pasir semua ya, begitu ada satu baliho langsung nancep di pikiran bawah sadar ya.
Nah itu dia, betul seperti itu.
Pak Vincent, Pak Vincent mau memberi tanggapan ini, Teh Dewi. Tunggu. Silakan.
Terima kasih. Well, I think this is not fair if you just be talking about bahasa Indonesia because Pak Mustafa is there. Sorry, I was so there.
Yeah. No, I thought Mr. Mustafa must understand about Indonesian language as well.
Well, Ibu, thank you very much for your.
I have to say I feel it. It's not necessary to understand it, but at least you can feel it.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you very much for your idea, Bu, your suggestion. Yeah. Actually, this has been voiced out many times in the ministry, also by the veto by our representatives in the Middle East, because everybody knows that millions of people going to have a pilgrimage for the Hajj in Mecca in the Middle East every year. And why didn't the Ministry of Tourism put any like baliho or giant banner within the journey from Jeddah to Mecca? And I think Pak Mustafa has already suggested this to the ministry. But again, we have very limited resources in the ministry, Ibu. Very limited resources. So that's why we try to allocate these limited resources into really focused markets. Okay?
Yeah.
But I'm really sure, 100% sure, that once we are talking about the quality tourism, Middle East market is also one of our top of mind now. So, and I think Pak Mustafa has already suggested you do the same thing, okay? Starting from next.
I might add here, Pak Vincent, that a couple of years ago, we have done this on the Hajj terminal. We have done this big banner on the Hajj terminal, and everyone was arriving to Hajj. He was already visualizing the Wonderful Indonesia campaign. I just want to say something in regarding putting something on the route between Jeddah and Mecca. From a return on investment point of view, I don't recommend it, because people will just see it for once, and it will people going to Jeddah, from Jeddah to Mecca, they are under emotional stress, especially during Hajj. They are focusing on their journey. They are focusing on what will happen on Hajj, on the process, on the procedures. So the interest is not there. And I was always afraid on the ROI for this type of promotion. However, just to let you to ease it down, we started a campaign with STA, the Saudi Tourism Authority. And you know that in relation of the Saudi government Vision 2030, they are looking to increase the number of visitors, and Indonesia for them is a key source market to Saudi Arabia. So taking this in consideration, we are signing an MOU with STA, the Saudi Tourism Authority, to have a dual promotion between both countries. They want from us to promote several destinations in Saudi to Indonesians when they come to Saudi Arabia. So they can go to Al-Ula, they can go to Riyadh, they can go to Tabuk, they can go to Taif, they can go even to the new development on the Red Sea. So we will give them this, because now we are in big discussion with the Ministry of Tourism in Indonesia about that. In return, they're gonna promote Indonesia wherever we want, and one of the destinations we are looking for is, for example, to label the buses which is taking Hajjs and pilgrims from airport to airport again. So the whole journey, we will push a lot of things. I think today this will help us, because as Pak Vincent said, that we have very limited resource on the ministry, and this type of promotion is free of charge. So the Saudi authorities and the Saudi government is offering us this as free of charge in return to promoting Saudi Arabia destination and Vision 2030 to Indonesian pilgrims when they come to Saudi Arabia. And this would be signed within the coming couple of months, and I think it will give us a good opportunity to promote again Indonesian destination at a no cost, at a zero cost.
Bu Dewi,
yeah, can I reply? Can I reply to Mr. Mustafa?
Yeah,
yes, please. But I have to tell you something. You have 15 minutes, and my flight I have to board. So put me all your question now. Oh dear.
All right. No, it's not question. Actually, it's not question. I just want to give you the reply. I'm talking about the baliho, the banner, big banner on the street. This is 25 years ago. Okay, and I'm like you. I'm not recommend to do the same, because the cost is too expensive. But what we have to do now, because now it's social media era. Okay, social media era. That means that we have to maximize all the social advertising through everything. You know, like, yeah, I just want to give you an example that whatever you investing like 25 years ago, now they got the result. I mean, like this. So I mean, don't be late again. Don't be late again to do anything regarding to the tourism, because we have self-confidence that Indonesia is more beautiful. We have many sources. We have from the island, from the seaside, from the forest, from the mountain, that we have something people unbelievable, you know. So in this case, that's why I throw it to Mr. Vincent. If,
no, it's true. It's true, and it's true, and we are working on. It's true, Ipo, and we are working on a huge marketing plan. And we started already in 2019 to invest on different social platforms, even with the influencer trips that we took people from Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
Okay.
So we are working on it, but it was on hold on 2020, unfortunately, due to what happened with COVID.
Pak Mustafa, Bu Dewi, we have 10 minutes to this meeting. So Pak Angkasa would like to show you the market plan for Katanglingga, if you don't mind. Maybe we take 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Nah, ini adalah, oke, Pak Angkasa.
Ini adalah logo dari Katanglingga, karena memang keindahan di sana adalah satu pulau, kemudian kekuatannya didukung selain pantainya yang bagus, kemudian bentuk pulaunya juga di sana aneka ragam, kemudian didukung oleh snorkeling diving. Ini adalah gate kita, pintu gate dermaga depan. Filosofinya adalah mengangkat budaya daerah. Segitiga yang pintu gate itu adalah topi Melayu, jadi topi kebangsaan Melayu yang kita modifikasi menjadi pintu masuk dari tempat wisata kita atau pintu masuk pulau kita. Ini adalah titik lokasi kita, jadi dari Singapura dekat, kemudian dari Batam juga dekat, Tanjung Pinang juga bisa. Langsung ke poin produk. Ini adalah satu pulau penuh yang luas 73 hektar. Saat ini fase 1 yang kita bangun 10,2 hektar dengan total villa adalah 105 villa. Next. Secara master plan secara global ya, jadi desainnya kurang lebih nanti jadinya seperti itu, mirip kota baru. Ini adalah view-view yang ada di sana, jadi terumbu karang, ikan, itu menjadi daya tarik yang luar biasa yang tidak di semua pantai ada. Ini yang menjadi kelebihan kita, dan semakin lama akan menjadi sebuah ikon yang benar-benar istimewa buat pulau kita. Ini adalah desain-desain, jadi kalau kita melihat desain kita ini mengambil dari kekuatan alam yang ada di sana. Ini menyerupai atau bentuknya mirip seperti hewan laut bernama gonggong. Gonggong itu seperti siput laut, yang kami modifikasi jadilah villa berbentuk seperti gonggong ini.
Binatang laut.
Binatang laut.
Ini makanan semua.
Ini salah satu makanan favorit di sana. Jadi banyak sekali seafood di tempat lain yang sudah tidak ada atau punah. Di tempat kami jenis-jenis berbagai kerang yang ukurannya sangat besar, bisa sekepala manusia, bisa lebih besar lagi. Di sana masih banyak sekali dan berlimpah. Ini yang menjadi daya tarik kita juga kepada turis-turis asing yang menginap di villa kita. Ini 3 desain yang villa yang publik. Jadi yang paling sebelah kanan atau kiri sendiri itu adalah kerang. Ini mengambil filosofi dari sebuah kerang, kami modifikasi, jadilah villa tersebut. Kemudian yang tengah mengambil filosofi dari topi Melayu, kami desain yang unik, yang benar-benar ikonik, jadilah villa tersebut. Kemudian yang paling kanan itu adalah gonggong yang kami modifikasi, itu lantai 2, jadilah villa tersebut. Hampir semua ini adalah menjadi daya tarik yang luar biasa bagi turis-turis asing semua. Ini yang tadi, yang bentuk dalamnya, interiornya ya. Jadi orang bisa nongkrong di luar, nyantai, karena memang ada space untuk nyantai-nyantai. Ini interior dalam.
Very cute.
Ini kita sebut Ocean Breeze ya, atau villa segitiga ya, atau topi Melayu. Ini lantai 2 yang saat ini di lokasi sudah ada. Jadi banyak sekali tempat-tempat untuk nyantai, baik itu di balkon depan ataupun di teras atau balkon samping atas. Next. Ini yang Villa Gonggong, kita sebut Blue Lagoon. Ini lantai 2 juga, ada 2 lantai. Jadi kita juga mempunyai, hampir semuanya adalah bermotif kayu. Jadi ini yang disukai oleh turis-turis asing ya, baik itu Eropa, Australia, sangat suka sekali model-model klasik seperti ini, tetapi klasik kita memang harus mempunyai nilai unik, jadi berbeda dengan villa-villa yang klasik secara umum. Interior di dalam pun kami modifikasi sedemikian rupa, sehingga sangat nyaman untuk tempat tinggal termasuk sirkulasi udaranya. Ini adalah meeting room yang bisa menampung sampai dengan 300 orang untuk pelatihan bisa, kemudian untuk sarana outbound, kemudian memakai hall ini juga bisa.
Enggak usah.
Untuk ini mungkin next lain waktu ya,
cukup.
Mengenai perhitungan dan lain sebagainya. Jadi Teh Dewi, intinya tadi yang diinginkan Teh Dewi, intinya dari PT Angkasa Wijaya Group akan berusaha untuk bisa berkolaborasi, satu, mengenai penunjukan kerjasama dengan PT, sekali lagi kami siap. Yang kedua, untuk pembukaan kantor di sana, kami juga akan support dan siap bekerja sama, biar harapan kita semua membuat pulau ini menjadi pulau yang bagus, yang indah, disenangi oleh turis-turis manca, negara bisa terlaksana. Dari saya seperti itu Teh Dewi, mohon sekali lagi supportnya dari Bapak Ibu semuanya.
Ini ya, sama-sama kita mensupport, dari kementerian juga insya Allah mensupport, karena produknya juga bagus, kita pede lah gitu ya Pak ya. Artinya dari Pak Angkasa sendiri juga istilahnya apa ya, friendly untuk membuat proyek ini sesuai dengan target gitu, sesuai dengan bukan target penjualan, tapi artinya apa yang diinginkan bahwa ini menjadi suatu pulau untuk foreigners itu tercapai, insya Allah.
Dewi, ya. Sepertinya Madam Sof ingin menyampaikan sesuatu.
Ya, Madam Suad, not Saud. Madam Suad, maybe you want to say something. Yes, go ahead, Madam Suad. Yeah, you want to ask many questions, you can ask.
The main thing, it was, mashallah, the presentation you gave us is really amazing, and it gave us all the information. And I'm amazed by the architecture of the buildings, and it's really nice. The main thing for us is to know about the activities that are offered there, what we could, like for us to organize for tourism, for people to come, like even here in Saudi Arabia, that now we have like yoga, so we can send groups for yoga retreats. We have like groups for diving and snorkeling, and people will be amazed, because I saw the sea, the deep sea is really nice there. So this is very important for us to know all the activities, the detailed ones, so we can promote this. And of course, you gave us about the access to the island, and now we know that you have phases in the island. The first phase is finished, and I think the next phases are coming soon. So this is important for us to know all these details, so we can promote properly.
Yes.
Go ahead. Yes.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam. Alhamdulillah. Bu Dewi, ini pertanyaan beliau ini akan kita sampaikan dalam bentuk detail ya, fasilitas apa aja yang kita punyai, terus bagaimana untuk attract wisatawan ke tempat kami. Apa yang disampaikan beliau itu sebenarnya ada semua. Tapi insya Allah nanti kita akan sambung karena waktu. Nah ini tadi di penghujung acara ini tidak akan lengkap kalau senior dan cikgu saya tidak menyampaikan closing statement. Nah, ini Pak Haji Erik, kita akan daulat untuk menyampaikan paparan sekaligus closing statement, karena beliau sudah mengunjungi, membawa tim ya, dan tentu akan fair kalau beliau sebagai pengunjung akan menyampaikan apa yang benar-benar beliau lihat. Kita akan sambut bersama-sama.
Okay.
Anda Haji Erik.
What is it?
Nothing.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam.
Madam Saud Mustafa.
Suad.
Suad atau Saud?
Saud is a male. It's a name for male. Suad is women, female. So.
Abang kita, Bang Vincent, kakak kita Mas Wijaya dan Kapten Sar. Ketika pertama kali ide ini muncul dari Mas Angkasa, disampaikan ke saya. Yang terpikir adalah saya bagaimana meraih pasar yang lebih luas, dan pemikiran saya langsung tertuju kepada Timur Tengah, karena saat ini yang saya lihat yang stabil secara finance ekonomi dunia mungkin Timur Tengah. Dari situ lewat diskusi-diskusi yang panjang, saya dengan Ibu Dewi mungkin udah sekitar 2-3 bulan yang lalu ya Ci ya, kita merancang
3 bulan yang
the plan already running in 3 months ya. Kita merancang we create banyak sekali rencana agar apa yang Mas Angkasa mimpikan ini menjadi realita Dream dan Come True. Ini sebuah kenapa saya tertarik, karena saya pikir ini adalah sebuah aktualisasi dari seorang pengusaha muda asli Madiun yang idenya luar biasa, bahwa di era pandemi di mana semua orang sedang suffering, tapi beliau melakukan sebuah langkah yang sangat luar biasa, membangun sebuah resort dan dengan penuh keyakinan, dengan sebuah konsep yang luar biasa, dan berharap resort ini akan menjadi salah satu destinasi wisata di Indonesia. Begitu Bang Vincent ya. Nah, melihat itu tentu beliau tidak mungkin bekerja sendiri kalau tidak didukung oleh teman-teman. Saya mungkin tertarik untuk menjadi bagian dari sebuah keinginan yang luhur ini. Saya mencoba berkolaborasi dengan banyak teman, dengan kakak saya Cidewi, dengan Udami dan semua orang, agar rencana ini benar-benar terwujud. Akhir dari saya minta bantuan semua teman-teman yang ada di Zoom meeting ini, bahwa atas izin Allah kita bisa bertemu dengan Zoom ini. Saya tidak ingin menjadi sebuah arena perdebatan, tapi ini menjadi satu spirit yang sama, bagaimana kita dari ide kecil Mas Angkasa untuk menaikkan untuk menjual Katanglingga, tapi ini menjadi ide besar untuk bisa mendorong masyarakat keluar dari kemungkinan tendensi ekonomi Indonesia di 2021 dan 2022 yang belum tentu akan membaik. Seperti itu. Tapi saya orang yang yakin bahwa mungkin kontribusi dari Mas Angkasa akan membantu minimal dari sektor pariwisata. Sudah ada upaya positif dari beliau. Mudah-mudahan kita sama-sama bisa mendukung. Demikian dari saya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bapak Ibu, saudara-saudara, Teh Dewi, nanti kalau kurang diterjemahkan, my English is still amburadul, complicated. Pak Vincent is my cikgu, tapi belum banyak ilmu yang beliau turunkan ke kami. Dan insya Allah Teh Dewi, saya juga alhamdulillah selama ini banyak menjadi asisten Pak Angkasa Wijaya. Pak Angkasa Wijaya ini masih muda, tapi tidak dilihat dari mudanya. Jadi beliau adalah a big dreamer. Dan kalau Teh Dewi nanti ke Indonesia, beliau juga mencetak prestasi luar biasa di tengah pandemik ini. Salah satu perusahaan yang beliau develop itu mampu justru omsetnya naik 5 kali lipat.
Masya Allah.
Nah, ini semua berawal dari mimpi besar, gagasan besar, the end in mind. Jadi dan itu adalah Pak Vincent juga yang menyampaikan bahwa semua yang akan menentukan adalah gagasan-gagasan besar. Dan insya Allah ini adalah momentum pandemi COVID. Semua orang korporasi sedang lockdown, Tapi di tengah pandemik ini Allah turunkan sebuah berkah. Berkah pertama kita bisa Zoom meeting, bertemu dengan orang-orang besar, bertemu dengan sahabat-sahabat, saudara-saudara luar biasa, lintas negara, lintas laut, lintas benua. Ini adalah karunia Allah yang paling besar. Dan yang kedua tentu saja di setiap musibah Allah pasti menitipkan hikmah. Nah, ini dan juga hikmah itu adalah berkah. Maka kami memilih yang kedua. Di tengah pandemik ini Pak Vincent hadir full support to us untuk memberikan spirit bahwa kita memilih bermimpi besar dan menganggap pandemik ini adalah hikmah untuk berkolaborasi. Mungkin itu penutup dari moderator, dan Teh Dewi mungkin mohon Teh Dewi menyampaikan closing statement mewakili rekan-rekan di Middle East, terutama di Saudi. Silakan Teh Dewi.
Ya, terima kasih banyak untuk semua. Thank you so much for all of you, for Mr. Vincent, and of course for Mr. Angkasa itself. And Mr. Mustafa, it's I can say that he's the colleague. Okay. Because we are in the same field as hospitality. Okay, and of course Mr. Eric and Mr. Sam as well, and Mr. The one in Tokyo.
Udah Medi.
Uda Wedi, yeah. Okay, thank you so much for our Zoom meeting today. I hope this is not the first and the last, and hopefully that we have another Zoom meeting for next step, next stage, what we have to do, execution. And I'm ready here. Me and my colleague Suad will be ready. Why I'm so self-confident, because that's why I'm sorry to come back for the issue that we have to link it with the Saudi company, one of the Saudi company, because I want everything legal, and we promote head-to-head. I mean, really head-to-head, and we really, you know, that I have to say something that since last year, the Saudi businessman through the you know, I don't want to mention it, that they put them in Ritz-Carlton, that all Saudi businessmen, that I mean the huge Saudi businessmen, they draw all their amount, their money from the bank, and they put it in anywhere, and they're looking for another option, another opportunity to put their own money abroad. Indonesia is one of the target to put their money abroad. That's why this is the satu wacana that I'm really self-confident to execute this, because I know what happening, and because I'm working as consultant as well. So you know, I always hearing and then sitting with them. That's why I hope this good start for all of us, inshallah. And thank you so much for all of you. And thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, all of you. It was nice to meet you.
Terima kasih. Thank you so much for attend this meeting. Dan mari kita sama-sama tutup majelis ini dengan bersama-sama membaca hamdalah. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Puji Tuhan.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Saya Budi.
Pak Mustafa, terima kasih.
Thank you, Pak Vincent.
Mustafa.
Thank you.
Terima kasih, Madam.
Bye.
Udah Medi ditunggu
Ya.
di
Insya Allah. Insya Allah. Salam semua Pak Angkasa Wijaya, Mr. Vincent also.
Terima kasih, terima kasih. Madam.
Jadi atur nuhun pisan teh.
Ya.
Oke, izin lead Kapten Stars, Aji Erik, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillah.
Kapten SARS memang luar biasa.
Ya udah. Siap udah.
Salam kenal tuh Pak Angkasa Wijaya, Mr. Vincent. Mudah-mudahan dengan izin Allah dimudahkan semuanya, insyaallah. Barakallah.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Terima kasih.